Hi, this is Christoph. I'm the one who started this Taro Leaf Readers project and for the Designathon because it's a topic that I think is very interesting and will very soon become very relevant for builders in the Bitcoin ecosystem because it does bring a whole bunch of new capabilities that are potentially pretty powerful, but can also be kind of problematic. And I think if we as a design community can kind of get a head start on that, even before the technology rolls out broadly, I think it'll put us in a better space. And obviously there's a brand new big design space and it's always fun to explore those. So River Financial has a pretty good primer here on Taro. So it's like a new protocol that sits on top of Lightning. So it doesn't just work on chain, but it sits on top of Lightning. And it allows you to create digital assets. So any person for just the cost of an on-chain transaction, which is like 10 cents right now or so, can create these new digital assets that can have a supply. I can kind of create these Christoph bucks or so and make 1,000 of them and send them to other people. I think stuff like NFTs is also possible. So all kinds of different things can be created with different behaviors. Now it's very broad, it's very open. The initial use case is to create stable coins because Bitcoin is amazing, but most of us also still need our euros, our dollars, our yen, and these other currencies. And if we can bring them onto Bitcoin, onto the Lightning Network, it'll be easier for us to kind of go back and forth between those two without always having to go through some type of exchange. So that's kind of the primary use case, but there are all kinds of other things also possible in different ways. And they just recently released an alpha version of this daemon. The daemon's kind of the software that makes this work. It allows you to create these Taro assets. Here you kind of see a minting process in this GIF here. A asset called Beef Bucks was created with a supply of 1,000, and then it gives you this kind of code gets spit out here. So you can tell there's a long road from what you see here to a mainstream wallet, especially a self-custodial wallet where people can smoothly interact with this. Very simple questions like, if let's say you create this type of asset and then you see it in your Lightning wallet, how do you identify it? Is it there a description somewhere? Does it have like a little coin symbol or a logo? Does it have a name? How do you learn more about it? How do you learn what it represents? How do you learn about what characteristics and properties it has? Where is that stored? How can you ensure that you can trust that information? So there's all kinds of interesting questions here that can be discussed and investigated and mocked up and explored in different ways. And ideally, we can look into these during the Designathon project, and we can always ask, what are the user needs? How can they be addressed? How can we stay user-centered? What problems can come up? What are opportunities? Because like I said earlier, I think if we investigate this even before the project, this becomes publicly usable, we'll be in a much better shape. So I put together a brief document. We have a Slack channel for discussion called Designathon-Taro, which is linked here. This document is linked from there. And if we look at the Designathon, which is 12 days long, we could split up as follows. So the first 3-4 days, we really just kind of try to understand this. We watch videos, we read explainers, we discuss. Maybe we try out the Taro software to just kind of see, what we can get done there. We might have a kickoff call or talk asynchronously around all these different questions. Kind of the center part, I would just try to explore different areas. So questions that came up with, maybe we do different design explorations or mock-ups or wireframes or just anything we find appropriate, just kind of dig deep into certain aspects. And then if we're in a good place then, for the last 4 days, maybe we can put together some more refined concepts, mock-ups, prototypes that we can then present at the end. Because ideally, what we come up here with could also inform maybe further design explorations later on or technical explorations. Maybe we come up with a few things that can go in the design guide. It's really just kind of open. So this is a very exploratory project, and I'm excited about it because it seems like Taro is something that will become very real very soon. And I'm excited to dig in. Hope you are too. Hope you'll join. It'll be a good time. So thanks.